I learned that I cannot handle anymore the type of relationship where you're texting all day with someone, where you're in constant contact all day with another person, and that's kind of part of your intimacy. Very kind of like Pam and Jim from The Office. You know how like they had that mini Bluetooth in their ear so that they could talk all day. Oh my God, like, are you kidding? My connection style is so different now after I have developed and am healing from PTSD. I went through a process of going inward and ripping things out of my body, so to speak, in order to try to find myself and to heal from like severe depression and anxiety for like 2.5 years. So when I started my mission, my mission to start was to heal myself. I told people that I told a person I was close to, like, that I'm going through a personal human rehabilitation. I'm going to rehab. If I were a celebrity rich person, like, I can see why they do this now. I do not laugh. I do not judge. I used to make fun, especially in the 90s. I used to have on TV these ads for these like really luxurious looking rehabilitation centers for people with whatever addiction or whatever, and we used to laugh at it. But now I get it, man. I totally get it. And I didn't have the money for that, obviously, but I needed to just go back to the basics of being a human being. And I needed to practice the fundamentals. I needed to get them back down. I remember saying that I felt like all the things that I had learned on my way to be an adult in order to survive and get by in the world had all collapsed, and I couldn't. It's not like I could access them again. Like, it all just like blew off or fell off, and there I am. I felt like a child in rage and loss, raging energy that just like radiated like feet in front of me, and that's how big I felt. And that's why I went into hiding. That's why I separated myself in this little apartment. I feel like in another life I could have totally been one of those people that just will like leave and go off into the mountains and then come back. Like, I just need to go off in the mountains. I need to go off in the country in my unfinished schoolie, and I just need to like Karate Kid wax on, wax off this schoolie, like not having any idea what I'm doing. Just out in the country, and I just repped it with Lady, my girl, and it was so healing. And I was just thinking the other day how I miss those days so much, and I miss that kind of life. I'm so proud that I've worked up to the level where I've regained the skills to be able to keep up semi-regularly with maintaining an apartment and maintaining an adult life for myself. And I was thinking about how something in the person stays that same age or gets stuck at that age at their first trauma. I was like 7, so I was a child. And the reason why I got to this point where I picked up the phone to make this video was that it might not be a child for you. It might not be remember who you were when you were 7 years old and tend to that and relearn life from that age on again in your mind and in the world around you. I just felt like so incompetent. I couldn't do chores. Like, my goal every day was just literally the basics. Like, I had to try to take care of my dog and brush my teeth, and everything seemed so hard. And the fact that I felt so humbled. I went from being such an overly productive person to barely being able to keep up with my oral care. And I used to shower daily back in the day, and now I shower like once every 4 days, and it's just so much of me has been inverted on this rebirth of myself, and it really was like I had to re-get to know myself and dare to allow myself to form different habits than I had developed, because not all the habits that I had developed from that age on were healthy, and so that I had to learn new ones. And Oh gosh, and that's what I mean. That's why working on yourself is so much work. I feel like I have nothing left to prove to the world. For me, in my eyes, I'm really shaking. If the inner child thing seems like really far-fetched, like to you, and you're just like, what are people talking about? Like, maybe it's not the child for you. Maybe you were a different age and you need to go back there and start from there again in some way. Okay? It's probably not even a new idea, but I hope it helps someone. It was a light bulb to me. It was epiphany to me. I haven't added to the epiphanies playlist in a long time, so check that out. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.